Some policemen working at the Nigerian Police Academy, Wudi, Kano State, have asked President Muhammadu Buhari and the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, to call the commandant of the institution, Abdurrahman Ahmad, to order. The officers, while speaking with Sahara reporters, accused Ahmad, an Assistant Inspector General of Police, of marginalization and subtle Islamization agenda. According to them, postings of police officers in the academy to offices are biased and sectional in nature. For any organization or public office to attain its aims and objectives, its leaders and those at the helm of affairs ought to be unbiased, without sentiment and victimization of subjects based on religious faith, one of them said. The above-mentioned features are completely absent in the present management of the academy under the leadership of AIG Abdurrahman Ahmad as the commandant, whose agenda of Islamization of the institution is glaring. Posting of police officers in the academy to offices are biased and sectional in nature, in a place where senior police officers like Chief Superintendents of Police are without posting, and unconfirmed and incompetent Assistant Superintendent of Police is in charge of the investigation because he's a Muslim. The post of PPRO is manned and left in the hands of an inspector of police because he is a Muslim, and so many other postings within the academy. On Thursday, 28th of April 2022, he summoned the chaplain and the Reverend Father and accused them of spreading the news that he is Islamizing the academy. Another officer said the academy, despite being a federal institution, has been left in the hands of principal officers in acting capacity without official letters for more than 3 years. He said it is also sad to note that the academy as a federal institution is left in the hands of people, principal officers in acting capacity without official letters for more than 3 years, just to be using them to siphon public funds. Worrisome to note is that the principal officers, without confirmation of the appointment, have been collecting and enjoying the emoluments and salaries of the substantive ranks of offices they are occupying, which is against financial regulations. The appointments of deans, heads of departments, and other sections in the academy are issued to the loyalists of the acting coordinator, who will not challenge their corrupt proclivities. Since its inception, the academic staff of the academy has never benefited from earned allowances as it is applicable in other public universities because of the incompetency of the management of the academy. This is conspicuous in the 4 weeks down tools embarked on by the academic staff after issuing a communique. Instead, the commandant issued sack threats at the cadet dining. Cadets are separated without because of the fasting of the Muslims, with special meals and treatments for the Muslims and regular for that of Christian cadets. It is not hyperbole to note to state that most Christian cadets no longer go to the dining because of a fear that they might be poisoned, having seen his Islamization agenda, pending when the dining and meals will be merged. The separation of the dining wouldn't have been a bad idea, but the perceived negative effect it might have on the Christian faithful are worrisome. Christians celebrated Easter without special meals or present from the school, but for the celebration of Eid Fitri, 2 big cows for the Muslims, which clearly show that he is biased, thus rendering him unfit to hold a public office. With the introduction of the optional head scarves for Muslim females serving police officers, the female cadets on training in the academy now use scarves. In the north, where insurgency, kidnapping, and banditry attacks are prone to occur at any time, it could be a plan for the attackers to identify the Muslims and spare them. Calls put across by Sahara reporters to the Nigerian police spokesperson Muyiwa Adejobi were not picked nor returned. You see the dangerous game that these people are playing. Unfortunately, you are calling on who? You are calling on the same Buhari that Nigerians at large are accusing of the same thing that you are complaining about. Now it is happening. You can imagine this nonsense of a thing that you want to be using hijab. That is why it is a uniform. It is not a religious whatever you want to come and practice it, whatever you want to go and practice it out there. Now for those who are not going to be using hijab, and they are making a salient point that if they go to that kind of place, they will be able to identify, well, this one is wearing this one is wearing this, or before you know it, everybody say, okay, let me just put on a hijab so that I will not be different from other people. But these people, they don't just think. These games that they are playing, it's not for nothing. Buhari that you want to go and report to is even the Baba. You think he's going to see things from a different this thing. We don't want this kind of, in the history of Nigeria again, we don't want this kind of, if Nigeria is still going to be remaining as one, we don't want this kind of Buhari. Buhari is a failure, it's a disaster. Honestly, you can be there calling trying to be politically correct, but that's exactly what this man stands for. He's standing for everything negative. His own is even worse. All the bad things that we were experiencing in the past administration, he has brought his own stinky idea to this whole thing. You want to go and report to Buhari, the same Buhari that the old Nigerians are complaining about. It is obvious in Nigeria that the leadership want to turn Nigeria to Turkey. That was once a Christian nation, but now a Muslim-dominated country. This is the agenda of Buhari administration and is pursuing it with zeal. It's only foolish people that do not see it. Yes, they don't see it. I had a friend who was about to be given job, but they later discovered he's a Christian. They now gave him condition that he must change to Muslim before he could be given the job. But friend declined the offer and he was given the job. It is real happening. The Christians need to wake up. Why I believe that Nigerians will never be Islamized is even some of those Muslims are not even supporting the ideas of Islamization of this country, Nigeria. Though some Muslims are good to say the truth against some Muslim fanatics. For Nigeria government under APC administration to go and donate 1 million naira or $1 million to Afghanistan alone makes it real behavior that is totally strange to us as a citizen of this country, and our National Assembly member up to today said nothing about it. In fact, we thought PDP is the worst party ever, not knowing APC is extraordinarily worst of the worst. It's real. Can you see how much they gave to terrorist nation of Afghanistan? They can never win. They can. Religion, bigotry, extremism, fanaticism, and fundamentalists are the root cause of Nigeria's insecurity challenges. If you remove this, our problem will be 80% solved as a nation. It will be solved as a nation. You see what is happening? Was the funniest thing is that they want to go and tell Buhari to call him to order. Which Buhari? Forget it. Maybe if there are other means, but that you want to go through Buhari to call the man to order. Like beer.